But anyways, yeah, let's get back to the criticisms, because like I feel, yeah, the criticisms are, yeah, the criticisms. Excuse me. So yeah, for those of you who didn't see like my sort of back to YouTube vlog here, I'm kind of like just doing this series of kind of like low effort, or I guess not really low effort, but unplanned. Or you know what? Yeah, I think I can blow these up with not that one, but this one. Yeah, now we're to the point where I've got so many weapons, it's gonna take me a bit of fumbling to get to them. And hey, this is like right out of like Mega Man 2. It's like, yeah, what stage did these guys show up in Mega Man 2? It's like, yeah, we're in it was, damn it, I'm like, oh, it was Metal Man. Yeah, Metal Man's stage. Or actually, one thing I actually learned from the oh wow, that actually didn't get him. But yeah, one thing I learned from the AGDQ speedrun is like this. Yeah, speaking of Mega Man 2 and Metal Man in particular, yeah, Arsenal Man's weapon there with the big explosive shot is like basically this game's version of like the Metal Blade, kind of, in that it's just this like massively overpowered weapon that's good at everything and takes very, very little weapon energy. Like, yeah, you can just like destroy enemies throughout the stages, and even most of the bosses get wrecked by this thing as well. Like, yeah, that was a bunch of enemies I just like dashed through right there, if you couldn't tell. Enemies don't last very long when you just like, and you can see like and so it's like, yeah, you put this in you just throw this explosive shot at a bunch of enemies, and then whoa! Then you just dash through them, and then like right there, I just make my weapon energy back. It recovers so quickly. And like that's most of the weapons in this game, actually. It's like most of the weapons in this game, as long as you're like, you know, aiming them properly and actually hitting stuff most of the time, you will recover your weapon energy like faster than you use it for the most part. There's a few weapons where that's not really the case. But yeah. Also, yeah, some weapons are just more useful than others, but that's, you know, that's typical of every Mega Man game. And like I said, the weapons in this game are better than I'd say like the large majority of Mega Man games even. Like I'm trying to think of like what like proper Mega Man games have better weapons than this. Okay, this is a tricky bit right here. It actually took me a while to figure this out. So you got those barrels there. Gotta use your piercing shot to get those from the other side. If you just like come up here and it's like, oh, there's these barrels here, how do I get them? You're just fucked at that point. You got to plan ahead and realize that you need the piercing shot. And you gotta do it again here, actually. And I just fucked it up. Oh well. Yep, I'm fucking everything up right now. Oh god, no, I'm fucking oh god, yeah. Okay, what do I need to do there? So yeah, it's like a timed puzzle solving segment, and it's like, a lot of people aren't able to figure out those little puzzles in time. Like, I've seen a couple people, like, play this game, and it's like, what do I do about these barrels? This is just fucked. I need a boss weapon to get here. That's awful. But no, it's just, if you understand the way that, like, your weapons work, and you think about it a little bit. Oh, this here is kind of bullshit, actually. Or it's not exactly bullshit, but like you need to like really like plan ahead and know what you're doing here with the piercing shot, or else you're in a lot of trouble. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We didn't actually have time to go get that health pickup. That was all, as we just kind of got greedy. Okay, here we're just mashing the button. Now, yeah, you can. In fact, let's do this just to make sure that we get through this. Awesome! I'm a sprinter! So yeah, if Arsenal Man there didn't come there and blow up the thing for you, you'd have to wait for it to drill through the blocks. And I think we're at the boss here. This is one of my favorite boss fights in the game, actually. It's not amazing, but it's like I said, pretty solid. Like most of the stuff that's not like super creative in this game, it is quite solid. Yeah, you got like all these blocks and stuff, and yeah, he's like Guts Man all of a sudden. It's just that, yeah, like the terrain changes and blocks fall. and he'll like clear everything out sometimes, and sometimes he'll throw a punch at you. It's just, yeah, really neat. I mean, it's not super neat, but you know, it's one of the better ones out there in this game. And yeah, he's weak to Explosion Man's weapon, but he's kind of weak to it in the way that most of the bosses are weak to it, and that it just does like tons of hits when you hit him. Or actually, I think it's the only thing that can hit him when he's doing his charge attack there. Oh, I see. He's. Oh dear. Okay, I gotta go up 2 levels for that one. Okay, we'll finish him off straight up. Oh, or maybe he'll finish us off straight up. Damn it, I'm fucking it up. Okay, now we got like a big intense finish. Nice. Oh, I should have gone in close. We can get him! There we go. Yeah, I don't know. It's a fun boss fight. I like it. Yeah, it's pretty much what it is with this game. It's like, it's just kind of fun. It's hard to describe. Oh yeah, I wanted to give credit where credit is due with the complainers, though. The people who the internet people who I say are being generally unfair to this game. I actually feel like, you know, it's like the whole Kickstarter thing, basically. Like, you gotta generate tons of hype, you know, to make your Kickstarter goals and all that. And so, you know, what you want to, you know, promise the world and all that. And I feel like it was overhyped, and that's on the developers for just kind of promising too much. And frankly, you kind of expect better. Like, for all the money that they put into this, like I said, it's not as good. Like, take it on its own merits, it's fine. But when you consider, like, all of just, like, the time and the money and the promises and, like, the pedigree of the developers, it's like, yeah, they got the Mega Man guy. It's gonna be just like the old Mega Mans. Or not just like the old Mega Mans, but, like, on par with the old Mega Mans. And it's really not. It's just kind of like... I mean, it's on par with... I mean, I guess that's the thing, is maybe just people like Mega Man more than I do. I think it's on par with, like, the middle-of-the-road old Mega Mans, which were not, like, the most amazing games in the world in the first place. Oh, yeah, I didn't really... So, yeah, this one I kind of showed off. Yeah, you just charge it up, and then blow it up. And then that's that. Cryo, yeah, you just hit stuff with it. And, oh, apparently frozen enemies have a longer window to get the 100% absorption rate. I did not know that. And yeah, they say that some bosses can't be frozen, but I'm pretty sure that just about all of them can. Then Seismic's weapon is pretty neat. It's not terribly useful in the game, but there are some interesting challenge levels based around it that I like a fair bit. Then Battalion... Oh, wow, what is... This is more complicated than I realized. I think you just, like, fire it, and then it sticks to something, and then you blow it up. Yeah. You don't need 4 text boxes to tell me that. Yeah, okay. And, right, so, I believe it's... What is it? Oh, yeah, it's Swordman next. Yeah. I really disliked this level. Actually, my last couple times through the game, I've really disliked this level. I guess we'll see. It's kind of a neat... Or I don't know. Even the idea isn't great. I don't know. Just visually, it's kind of the most interesting. It's like, yeah, like hopping from car to car. Okay, it's, yeah, going a bit too speedy here. Just, yeah, hopping across cars. It's like really heavy on platforming. So it's like kind of distinctive in that regard. And it's like, not a lot of the levels in this game are super distinctive. Like, I don't really know what I'd say. It's like, oh yeah, Explosion Man's level. It's the one with the falling pillars, and that's about it. And, like, Helicopter Man's level. That's the one with the wind, and that's about it. Like, they're good and fun. They're good, solid levels, but they're not as creative like as a lot of the stuff out there. And I guess, like, even like a lot of the mainline Mega Man games, especially towards the end of kind of the series, were is that even true? No, there was like a lot of kind of neat, like yeah, the levels in like Mega Man 8, for example, had tons of gimmicks to them. There was like a lot to differentiate the levels from each other. Like, just like a ton of unique gimmicks in each level. Like, compare like Clown Man's level to Search Man's level to like Frost Man's level. it's like, say what you want about like the levels themselves, and again, like execution, not necessarily the greatest with all of those, but there was like a lot to distinguish them from each other. Whereas in this game, it's like maybe one thing. Like, yeah, each level kind of has one thing that's a little bit different from the others. And apart from that, it's mostly just... And yeah, the enemies are all the same, too. The enemy variety in this game is another sort of big complaint I could see people having, where it's just like, it's just the same enemies. Like, yeah, every level has, like, maybe one new enemy that's unique to that level. Oh, God, I thought that car in the background was in the foreground. Okay, actually, so far this level's not that bad. It's like, I think the later parts of it, like coming up right after we get out of this tunnel, where it starts to get super annoying. I still like these little segments where you're just, like, fighting hordes of enemies, though. It's just, I don't know, just sprinting through them makes all the difference. Oh, you can blow up the barrel and, like, the explosion weakens them. That's kind of neat. Oh, God. Hey, I got a quick clear. I think I want to recover here, though. Not that it really matters, since most of the danger in this level is from falling to your death, but yeah. Yeah, I remember having to play my way through this segment quite a few times. And yeah, it's an auto-scrolling segment, which if you've never seen any of my Let's Plays before, I kind of have a prejudice against auto-scrolling segments in general. And yeah, this one so far is just completely pointless. Like, I could be getting through all this a lot faster if the screen would just... Ah! And yeah, as much as I talked up, like, it's like, yeah, you can just, like, down dash to cut your air dash short and get exactly the distance you want. You can't really do that when the frickin' cars are moving underneath you. So you really have to be, like, super careful with, like, your dash distance here, and it's just really annoyingly difficult to just, like, gauge the distance with the stuff moving underneath you. And you don't really know where they're gonna stop, either. It's like, oh my god, I'm being sucked to the back of the screen. Like, I better dash for this right away. But actually, if you just wait long enough... And then with that one, too, it's like, oh, he's going off screen. I gotta go get off this right away before it, you know, scrolls off screen and I die. But no, it'll just come back forward, so you just gotta wait. And you can't really tell what the hell you need to do. Whether you need to stay on, because it'll, you know, go back forward again, or whether you need to get off it right away. Actually, oh yeah, and you can't hold on, you can't grab onto some of them either. Or actually, I don't think you can grab onto any of them, which makes it even more annoying. And I'm actually gonna fucking game over here if I'm not careful. And yeah, this is the level where I still game over occasionally. And I just, yeah, that's gonna really suck if that happens, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. The boss isn't, or the boss is pretty easy. He gets me sometimes, but in general, I think I've got him figured out. And yeah, so now it just suddenly pulled away from me there. But yeah, if I had waited there, it would suddenly pull back to me. And if I wait on this, will it... Okay, it will go forward again. And I guess if you memorize it, it's not that hard, but like, I have a terrible memory, so I can't really do that. Okay, but so far so good. Okay, so I think I think the secret here, if I remember correctly, is to just like completely disregard like all of the cars that he destroys, because you don't need to jump on them like whatsoever. Just the cars, just ignore the ones that he destroys, and just the other cars are enough to see you through this. Okay, but I did need to get off, or actually I could have stayed on that one a little bit longer, but... Oh, come on. And then it's like, yeah, it's like auto-scrolling, so it's like, okay, stay ahead of the back of the screen, but no, then the enemies will just like charge in your face. But yeah, I think that's the end of it. And I think we got the boss coming up, hopefully this defense upgrade. Oh, we don't have the boss coming up, there's still more. No, yeah, this is the boss. Right here. And we have no... Yeah, none of our defense power-up will be left by the time we start this guy. Okay, so this guy's weak against, like, McMan's weapon. So yeah, this, yeah, he's got kind of like a defensive posture that he does when he's facing you with the blades. And actually, you can destroy his swords. Actually, I think I might as well show that off in a second. Except, okay, yeah. So this is this guy's weakness. And you can just hold it down and keep on getting him. And yeah, you can see his, yeah, he doesn't have his swords anymore. So it's easier to shoot him that way. So what you can do is you can, like, just charge into him until he... Oh, shit. This attack is really tough to dodge. Fuck. I think you gotta, like, do the ducking charge to... God damn it. Okay, I think we are gonna kind of make use of his weakness here. Get him! Okay. I did not want to die there, because I was, like, on the verge of getting a game over. Again, kind of cheesed it. But yeah, that's actually a fun boss fight. More fun than I remembered. Maybe that's the best boss fight in the game. I don't know, that one attack is super annoying. I don't think I've ever... Like that one where he just, like, does, like, the charging across the screen repeatedly. I don't think I've ever managed to figure out how to avoid that without dying. And there's our C rank. Because I am still crap at this level. Oh yeah, and yeah, apart from like all the hype and expectations on Kickstarter regarding this game, then there was the whole Red Ash fiasco. Holy shit, was that... yeah, speaking of like your PR disasters with regards to this game. Oh my god. And yeah, consider... Yeah. It's a shame because I'm like a huge fan of like Mega Man Legends. So I really wanted Red Ash to succeed and like be good. And I mean, it still could be. Like honestly, like if you compare this to like if Red Ash comes out and it turns out like, you know, Red Ash is to Mega Man Legends as Mighty Number 9 is to Mega Man X, I would still be satisfied. Like if Mega Man, like yeah, if Red Ash is like kind of the same step down from the original series, Mega Man Legends, in quality that this is from like the better Mega Man, like mainline Mega Man games, I would be satisfied. That would still be like a really decent game. And frankly, I don't even see how that could be the case because like you know, the 2D platformer is almost, or I guess it's not really a lost art. Apparently it's a lost art on some people, and Inafune in particular. It's maybe somewhat lost of a lost art on him, but not in general anymore. Like some indie developers out there, like all those games I've listed, like yeah,